Good afternoon, peeps. Hope y'all are having a wonderful day so far. I am later than I wanted to be making this, but it is what it is. We're gonna get it done. Let me know if you are catching the replay. Leave me a comment so that I will know that you saw it. When more people get in, we'll show them the bacon and then we'll put it up. But for now, we're gonna get started. We're making a copycat Zuppa Toscana. So the weather is supposed to be a little cold and frigid over the next few days. So I am making a soup to hopefully carry me over. Nobody's gonna eat it but me, because nobody eats this kind of stuff but me. But to go ahead and get it made. And I think this soup holds its flavor better after being in the refrigerator overnight. I feel like the seasoning is a little bit better, so. You can grab a recipe off of Pinterest. Let me see if I can pull up the one that I'm using. Let me see. Pinterest. Okay. Hey, how you doing? So this is the one that I'm using from Food, and I'm not following it exactly. Like, I'm using the basics, but I'm just putting in what I want to put in. I'm not going to use the whole recipe. I'll probably half it because, like I said, it's just going to be me eating this. So because of the impending winter weather here, people are in the grocery stores and they're buying up everything. And so I typically make this with a mild Italian sausage, but today I'm using ground Italian sausage. Hey, Deborah Ray, how you doing? I'm using ground Italian sausage, the Harris Teeter brand, so I hope it does the trick. I'm just going to go ahead and put it in and ground it up. Wondering if I should use half, but I'm just gonna go ahead and use all of it. At least I'll brown all of it. If I don't keep all of it for the soup, then I'll use it for like breakfast or something. So, good, just chilling after doing morning chores. Good. The folks here in the South are, you know, being frantic because the snow is coming, but I'm used to it, so I'm not really gonna freak out about it. I know they're trying to alter schools a little bit, but the grocery stores were pretty packed. I was surprised. There was nothing in the produce section of one of the stores I went to, like wiped out almost. So I have to use two different types of potatoes. Well, I'm going to use two different types of potatoes for the soup. So we're gonna ground this. What did y'all have for lunch? So we're going to use this to just kind of get the meat chopped up a little bit. It's a little frozen, so we're just gonna help it thaw a little bit. I usually use mild, like I said. My other option, I had two options in the store. I had to think fast. I said, now, you either use hot Italian sausage or you buy the mild sausage and try to like cut the casing and squeeze the sausage out. Didn't want to go that route, so I'm just going to go with the spicier sausage and hope that it's good. Leftovers, neck bones, mac and cheese, greens, Gatorade, zero sugar. That sounds good. Somebody was cooking. Cooking. Now, right at the end of the soup, some recipes call for kale, some call for spinach. I prefer kale, so I do have some kale that I'm going to rinse. And then I'm going to crumble this bacon. I'll probably cut it up with some scissors and put that in toward the end of the soup. I'm going to put this lid on to help the sausage cook a little faster. Put that lid on. And then I'm going to cut an onion, but I need some gloves because I can't cut onions with my bare hands. I can, but I prefer not to, so hold on. Your husband did what, Deborah? Your husband cooked? I'll post a short later on today, but I got this onion from Harris Teeter, and because it's already peeled, it's like $3 and some cents a pound. And I was desperate because all the stuff was leaving everywhere, so I had to buy this. I'm not too happy about it though. So just because they peeled it and took the skin off. So I'm gonna rinse this in this and be right back. We are going to do just a little bit of onion cutting. And I am not a professional chef, so I'm gonna watch the onion and the knife so I don't end up letting y'all see me have to dial 911 while I'm on this live because my fingers are no more. Keeping all fingers. Paying attention and exercising proper kitchen safety. Hey y'all, how you doing? Is it supposed to snow where you all are? Some places I know in the Midwest and, you know, places I'm familiar with like Ohio and Michigan are snowy already, but places like South Carolina really don't see a lot of snow that sticks. I'm making a copycat zuppa toscana, so like the Olive Garden soup that's got Italian sausage and potatoes and all that good stuff in it. That's what I'm making. I was actually supposed to come on and do it around lunchtime, but I was stuck in the store with people panic buying for the weather. So things were a little slow moving in the grocery store today. I'm like, I don't understand that people think I'm in Nevada, no snow for us, but very cold. What part of Nevada? If you don't mind, Deborah, if you don't want nobody to know, that's fine. I love Nevada. Good old Vegas, Las Vegas. That question is odd. What kind of question is that, Dale Daniel? What kind of shoes am I wearing? I'm not wearing shoes. They already know I'm in. Oh, you're in Vegas? Really? That is my town. Matter of fact, I told my sister yesterday, because we went to North Carolina for the weekend, but on the way back, I said, you know, I'm ready to go on back to Vegas again. It's been a minute since I've been out there. Was it the last time? I think the last time I was out there, we climbed in Red Rock Canyon. So that was nice. A nice change of scenery from the regular touristy areas. We said the next time we go, we were going to stay in, try to stay in Fremont as opposed to staying on the Strip. So we'll have to see. I'm excited about it though. All right, let's check our sausage. I am almost done chopping this onion. Almost. I'm not going to chop the whole thing. So I think I already told y'all from my meat, I use this to break it up. So it might be a little loud. I never go to any casinos. I need my money. I hear you. I hear you. But that's why I go to Vegas, to go to the casino. I won, I can't remember what casino I was at, but I won $5,000 the last time I was in Vegas at one of those casinos. It was one that not a lot of people were at, but I was like, okay, this is what we're doing. Yes, I will take it. So the base for this soup is Italian sausage, onions, and if you want to kick it up a notch, you can use some red pepper flakes. I already kicked up the heat by using a hot sausage instead of a mild one. So I don't think I'm going to be adding any more red pepper flakes to this. That and the fact that I'm taking some of this to my mom. So I don't want it to be too spicy. Although she's the queen of spice. She can do it. She can do it. Would you go away? What is up? I guess the cat likes the way my socks look. Okay. We've got that broken up a little bit. I'm going to do just a few more pieces of onion. And then go from there. Let's see. Are y'all familiar with Zuppa Toscana? I'm making Zuppa Toscana, copycat Zuppa Toscana from Olive Garden. It is a Italian sausage based soup with bacon and potatoes and whatever green veggie you choose, whether it be spinach or kale. I'm opting for kale because I think it's a heartier green. I like the way it tastes with the soup a little bit better. Scallions in the Zuppa Toscana. I'm using red onions, so I hope that meets the approval. I can't do too much onion. And like I said, I don't add salt to this because I add Italian sausage and bacon. So trying to keep it a little healthy or not add to so much sodium. And then if you all came in late, the bacon is already done. It just has to be crumbled up and put in the soup at the end. So this is almost done browning. I am going to actually swing us over to the other counter so we can do the potatoes. And yes, I'm using the same gloves, so we'll rinse them off and keep it moving. All right, I am going to use a combo of russet potatoes, not a lot either, and the gold potatoes, because the gold potatoes are a little creamier inside, and so I feel like that gives the soup a creamier taste, but they all need to be rinsed. So we'll do, look at that potato. I always look at the shape of these things coming out of these bags. It's like people just, well, I know what the potato places look like. They just kind of pick, and toss them in the bag. So these are the golden potatoes, and these are the russet potatoes, just in case you don't know the difference. And these are a little softer, like you can squeeze them and they have a little bit more bounce to them, as opposed to the russet potatoes. These are kind of small, so I'll add one more. And now we rinse. And we don't take the skin off of these. They go in the pot, skin and all, so I really kind of try and scrub and get the dirt off. Splashing water all over my shirt, but it's all good. What are y'all making for dinner? Are there any cooks in the chat? Because a lot of times people who watch these cooking videos are, you know, just watching for entertainment, and some folks are trying to learn how to make a little something. So I'm just curious, always curious about what people are trying to gain from a live stream. So like I said, all the big potatoes were gone, so I bought these potatoes in a bag. I'm going to start with these, and if I gotta add more, then I'll add more. Hopefully we can go with what we have, but I'm never opposed to doubling back and adding more. All right, so here are the washed potatoes. We're going to swing back over again. It looks like our sausage is done. So I'm going to hang on to these. And so the recipe calls for leaving the juice in the pot, the juice from the sausage. It's quite a bit of grease. I think I'm going to spoon some of this sausage out of here into another container. Since I'm halving the recipe, not using the whole thing. We're going to take some out. Haven't decided what I'm going to make with it yet. Maybe an egg scramble or something in the morning, but we'll leave that in. Okay. Let's see. Ooh, it's good and very spicy. All right, so next we add in some onion. I didn't measure, I just did like half of a big onion. So we're gonna add that. And the very last of this minced garlic. Have some. So we're gonna dig that on out of there. And then I'm gonna grab some garlic paste and squeeze a little bit in the pot. Back it up. All right. The top to the garlic fell and the cat was over there, but garlic is toxic to cats, so just a little bit of garlic paste. We're gonna put the lid on that, and then we're gonna stir it up. Put that on low and let it cook down just a little bit. Let me get this cutting board together, and then we will cut our potatoes. I am one person who will go through some paper towels. I'm really trying to find a way to reduce the amount of paper I use on a daily basis. But I just feel like I gotta have my paper towels. All right, here we go. Hey, cool kid. I am making Olive Garden soup, Zuppa Toscana. Y'all can't see me cut. You probably don't want to see me cut, but just in case you do. And like I said earlier, when I'm using this knife, I ain't worried about the comments because I want to be done with this soup and keep all of my fingers. So you can even feel the difference between cutting the russet potatoes and cutting the golden potatoes. The golden potatoes slice way easier. So if you're making homemade mashed potatoes, some people use russet potatoes, some people use golden potatoes. I use the red potatoes. I always take the ends and put them off to the side. And I am weird when it comes to like variations in food. I'll show you in just a minute what I'm talking about. So as I was cutting the potato, like the middle of one of them has this brown thing. I don't know what that is, so I'm taking them pieces out. And if I need to grab another potato, I'll do that. I'm just funny like that. Where are you all from? I know Deborah Ray is in Las Vegas. I'm in South Carolina. Where is everybody else? Believe it or not, this soup is almost done. The only thing left to do is soften the potatoes, add some heavy whipping cream, and then whatever green veggie. Like I said, I'm using kale, and we'll be done. Those are some good looking potatoes. Which one? Because like I said, I don't know if you were on earlier, but these are golden potatoes and these are the russet potatoes. These are just a little creamier. I'm going to mix this because it looks like it's done. The onions have cooked down a little bit. Bring this over so y'all can see. I won't be able to lift once I put the broth in it, so I'll move this cutting board. So I use chicken broth. I don't really measure the broth. Maybe I should, but I don't. That's one container. And then 2 containers. Is that open all the way? It's not. Go ahead and put this in here and then turn this up a little bit so the broth can get going. I think I'm going to do one more container, so give me a second. And then add in a little bit of water so there's not so much sodium. It's a little bit of water. So I'm gonna let this come up to a boil first before I put the potatoes in. And then to go with it, I bought some garlic rolls, like the ones they have at Olive Garden. Do y'all keep plastic bags? Do y'all keep y'all's grocery bags? Or do you throw them away? Or do you shop with reusable bags? When I lived in Michigan, I shopped with reusable bags a lot. I probably need to get back into that. But I do repurpose my shopping bags as garbage bags or, you know, bags for other little things. Okay, I'm gonna bring y'all closer to the soup so you can see. These are waiting to go in. What is in here? The folks who were paying attention know what's in here. So I'm making a soup. It's called Zuppa Toscana. It is a soup that is made at a restaurant here in the States. And a lot of people try and recreate it at home. I've made it a few times already. It's really good. I just have had to cut the recipe in half because it's so much. But that's what we're making. We're gonna wait for that to heat up. I'm gonna put the lid on it. And while I do that, I'm going to actually crumble up this bacon. And it's not gonna like just crumble in my hand, so I'm just gonna take the scissors, next best thing, and cut it up. This goes into the soup at the end. Like I said, it's not gonna crumble with my hand. So I'm having to cut it up. I could use bacon bits out of the bag, but I don't feel like, that sounds Italian. It is. It's from an Italian restaurant. So we're just heating the potatoes through, the broth, trying to bring it up to a boil before we stick the potatoes in there to finish cooking. And then we have some kale to wash. Once again, I wanted to use the fresh kale, but ended up having to use bagged kale because all of the kale was gone because people were panic buying for the weather that we're supposed to have. So trying not to get my hand in the way of the blade, but so this is about the size of the bacon that we'll get in there. And so I just need to cut up the rest. Sorry for what? You don't have to apologize for anything. No need for apologies. We chill over here. Little bit of chill, little bit of conversation. All love, no drama. It is what it is. I know it sounds interesting. Then at the end, toward the end, we thicken the sauce with like a little bit of cornstarch or flour. And then we add heavy whipping cream in our veggie and let it simmer a little bit, and that's that. So it's tedious work, but it goes by pretty fast, especially after you fix the bacon already. All right, I think that's enough on the bacon bits. So this is what we're looking like. Homemade bacon bits here. And I feel like it's still trying to get hot, but getting there. So we'll go ahead and put our potatoes in. It's kind of not really cut really thick, but thick enough. Put them in and let them boil. I actually think I'm gonna add some more. I think this is enough. It's hard to calculate because, like I said, I'm using the smaller bag. as opposed to what I would normally use due to unavailability. Oh, that's nowhere near enough potatoes. We are going to cut some more. So we're going to swing ourselves back over this way and actually wash some more potatoes. We'll probably cut them over here too, just to stay, it's hot over there by that pot. So we're using gold potatoes. And we're also using russet potatoes. We're gonna do one more gold potato. And for this part, I need my gloves. I can't rinse too much because I have eczema, so. We'll cut over here. Hey y'all, just coming in. We are making copycat Zuppa Toscana. We're on the tail end of it. I just added a first batch of potatoes. I'm rinsing some more because I need to add more. I hope you have an amazing day. Whether you had to work today or you were off, who worked and who was off? Give me 1 second. My pop was spilling. Who worked today? Was anybody off? I wasn't. Boo hoo hoo. Okay. So, like I said, you have to use a little elbow grease to rinse. Rinse, rinse, rinse. They vary in size, so wild. These almost look like the small red potatoes that go in a roasting pan. Okay. We are going to cut these really quickly, and then we'll move on to the kale. Starting with 10 fingers, gonna end with 10 fingers. I hear a little bit of action behind me in the pot. Hopefully I cut them thin enough that they're not gonna take forever to cook. Okay. Let's go add this many more potatoes. Oop, one fell. Let's rinse that. We're gonna add that and see what that does to the pan. All right. Back over we go. I have to get a tripod that's a little lower so y'all can see. All right, we're gonna add that in, add that in, add that in. Gotta leave a little bit of room for kale. Might have to dip some broth. All right, we're gonna grab some kale, wash that. Give me 1 second. This is a huge bag of kale. So we gotta get this washed off and dried. Ooh, looks good though. Do y'all eat kale? I tried to eat it one time in a salad and it was so dry. I prefer the bigger leaves, but like I said, since I had to buy the bagged version, I really guess I can't complain. I don't know how much I'm gonna use, so. We'll see. So far I have this much in the bowl. Doesn't look too appetizing by itself, but once it gets in the soup and wilts down, it's really good. Gotta take my word for it. You gotta try your hand at your own version of Zuppa Toscana. Super easy. Just get a recipe off of the internet. I used Pinterest and found one I liked, taking off some of the stems, and then just went from there. Hey y'all, swinging by. Happy Monday. If you are off today, I'm jealous. If you work today, solidarity. That's just how that goes. All right, we're gonna put this on the cutting board to catch some of the water. We're gonna drain it off here. So hold it up, pour it over, and drain. I usually keep a, like a stopper to catch the kale leaves, but not today. So I got itty bitty pieces of kale hanging out in the drain. Ooh. So now that we've rinsed, that's it. I usually give my veggies one good rinse, and if the water is clean, then I don't rinse again. I know some people who rinse 2 and 3 times. I don't have time for that. I typically try and get the big pieces of stem out, because Zuppa Toscana is supposed to be a, it's kind of like a smooth eating soup. Like, it's not supposed to be one you have to do a lot of work to chew. So All right. So we're gonna get this out and just sit it on a paper towel. Oh, I know all that's not going in there. All right, we're going to rinse this bowl and dry it out. And then we'll put some kale in it. So we're gonna take the whole paper towel. I know you can't see it. You're getting ready to see it. Here with the kale on it. And just sit it in the bowl so it can dry a little bit. Because if you rinse vegetables and don't dry them and you're adding them to like a soup, you end up diluting the soup out with the water on the vegetable from the vegetables that you just rinsed. So let me clean this cutting board off. We are officially done with that, so I can get it in the sink. Yay. All right. Put our trash bag here. Okay, here we go. Back over. We did a 360 or so. We're almost good. I think I might take a little bit of broth out of there. Give me just a second. That's for the broth. Hello? Hey. I'm on YouTube Live. I didn't know you were on. I'm sure you don't want to see the cabinet. All right, so I'm gonna take just a little bit of this out so that when we put the kale in, it doesn't overflow. What is going on, Cat? Are you enjoying my socks? I'm actually getting ready to taste it because I know it's good. Okay. Do a little bit more. All right, we are going to thicken it up with some flour. Once we find the flour, just like making gravy. Have you ever made gravy? Like thickened a gravy up? Okay. Gonna use a little bowl. Stick some flour in it. And then you have to add your broth little by little to mix. Because if you add it a lot at a time, you're gonna end up with like little dumpling pieces. So we add it little by little and mix. Try to get kind of like a little paste going before you add more. It is labor intensive, but it is worth it. Thicken it up a little bit. It's not supposed to be a big, thick gravy. It's supposed to be kind of a broth-like. So once you've got it mixed up, put it back in and mix. The potatoes are definitely soft. So we're going to grab some heavy whipping cream. Little bit of heavy whipping cream, about a cup is what it calls for. So pour it up, pour it up. Now, I do measure this because I don't want to add in too much. And now it's time to add the kale. And let's simmer. Mix just a little bit. If you're just coming in, I added a really spicy sausage in the beginning. Spicy Italian sausage, and I'm getting ready to add some bacon in when I add the kale in, so I definitely do not want to add salt. I may add pepper when I taste it after it's all said and done, but for right now, I might thicken that just a little bit more. But for right now, we're going to add our kale. So right here, just put it in. And it'll wilt. It doesn't wilt down as bad as spinach does, but it's going to wilt down. And it may dilute the flavor just a little bit. This one is big. So then if we just need to add like some onion powder, garlic powder, and red chili flakes to give it a little more kick up, then we can do that. But I'm adding all of this kale. Wow, I didn't think I was going to use it all, but I'm adding it all. All right, press it down. Smells good. I feel like I should probably add some more. We'll see. So that's in there. And now we're going to take our shredded bacon or crumbled bacon or whatever you call it. So this is fried bacon that I made and just cut it up with some kitchen shears. So I'm going to crack it up. Sprinkle it over everything. Actually, probably just kind of pour it in. It looks good, y'all. All right, we're gonna fold that up and put it in here. Send it to the trash can. That is what we're looking like. That's like the final step. I'm getting ready to taste it though. See, I got a spoon. I gotta stop dirtying up dishes for no reason. Especially since I don't like to wash them. All right, I'm gonna taste test and see what we need, if anything. Ooh, that's really good. I'm going to let it cook down just a little bit. Hey, y'all coming in, please hit the like button. If you're coming back around to see if the soup is done, it's almost done. This took what, about an hour almost? Right at an hour. It would have gone quicker if I had had the right size potatoes to start with, and if I had the right kind of kale to start with. So I'm gonna turn this down and let it simmer because I feel like it's cooking too fast. We're gonna lift the lid. We don't want a rolling boil, we want a simmer. So I'm gonna turn it down. I almost feel like I want to add some more kale, but I'm not. So pretty much this is done. This is the soup. I like to let mine sit in the refrigerator overnight. I feel like once it sits, the flavor from the Italian sausage and the bacon kind of seep through everything. But this is pretty much the soup and what it's supposed to look like. And I typically have mine with some garlic bread. Look very good and healthy. Let me show you. When I do have it, I'm going to eat it with this. So put this in the oven and then have it with that. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got. I'm gonna probably save this extra sausage for some sort of breakfast or something in the morning, but thank you for hanging out and painstakingly going through this with me as I tried to improvise with my potato size and stuff like that. So I will see you on the next installation of whatever it is I decide to cook or do. Got some Valentine's projects and stuff coming up for the kids, so I'll probably film some of that. Do me a favor and subscribe if you liked my content. If not, you know, I'm not upset about it. And go check out some of my other videos. Talk to you soon. Toodles.